Good evening. Coming up tonight, a new bill left the governor's desk recently. See how a national drug crisis could be curbed in South Carolina.
Also, the Gamecocks are returning to the gridiron with a surprising new add-on. Why Coach Beamer's recent roster pick is stirring up controversy.
Then the University of South Carolina just announced changes to the COVID-19 protocols.
All of that and more tonight on SGTV Nightly News.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, this is SGTV Nightly News.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Callista Pushman.
And I'm Will Kronsberg. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yesterday, Governor Henry McMaster held a ceremonial bill signing for a law that will expand access to nalazone. Nalazone, whose brand name is Narcan, is a life-saving overdose medication. The bill requires doctors to co-prescribe Narcan to patients being prescribed medications that put them at risk of overdose. Supporters of the bill hope that its passing helps mitigate the stigma surrounding substance use disorder, as well as fighting the rising number of overdose deaths in South Carolina. Neuropsychologist and associate professor in the Department of Psychology, Scott Decker, and his graduate research team have developed a computerized assessment system that can streamline the process of identifying children with dyslexia in grades K through 3. After 6 years of study, the team found that many students' learning disabilities were not being identified until 6th or 7th grade. The system was made to address this problem and can be downloaded by schools anywhere. Decker says the next step, obvious step, and the most difficult, is building capacity in the schools for someone to actually do the interventions.
The University of South Carolina has once again tweaked its COVID-19 protocols. All university faculty, staff, and students will now be required to submit a monthly COVID-19 test regardless of vaccination status. Students are divided into 4 groups based on last name and residence hall, with East, Green, and South quads, as well as McBride, Preston, South Tower, and off-campus students with last names A through DU up this week. Tests administered on campus will automatically count towards the requirement, or you can submit a third-party test via your My Health Space portal. Exemptions from the testing program will only be given if you can provide proof of COVID infection within the last 90 days. Today is the first day of sophomore September at U of SC. While the Sophomore Success Program actually started last month, the Student Success Center is hosting events all month long to help sophomores heavily impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic adapt to their second year of college. Students can pick up a punch card to track attendance at sophomore September events, and rewards will be given at 10 events. Tomorrow, September 2nd, is the perfect opportunity to get a punch on your card with the Sophomore Welcome Back Carnival. Second-year students can hit Green Street for free food, games, and music from noon until 3:30. Callista, I'm so excited for the Sophomore Carnival. It was so tough being a freshman with COVID, so I'm glad we're starting to get back into that regular campus vibe.
No, exactly. Both of us being sophomores, it's so exciting to see what the university is doing to help us get what we didn't get out of our freshman year.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. But coming up, it is almost game day in Williams-Brice. Kendall Smith will give us updates on all things sports, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, I'm hearing the Gamecocks women's soccer team may be on the rise. Let's check in with our sports anchor, Kendall Smith, to give us all the details. Kendall?
Thank you so much, Callista. I've got some good news for you, Gamecocks. Yesterday, the South Carolina women's soccer team was bumped up 4 spots in the United Soccer Coaches Poll and are currently ranked 12th in the nation. Pretty darn impressive. This ranking comes off of a 4-0 start to the 2021 women's soccer campaign, highlighted by 2 road wins over NC State and ECU this past weekend. Next up, the Gamecocks will face another non-conference foe in Boston College on Thursday at Stone Stadium at 7:00 p.m. Now, Gamecock fans, it's almost Saturday in South Carolina, and you all know what that means. On Saturday at 7 p.m., South Carolina football will face Eastern Illinois in their home opener. And who will QB1 be? Well, yesterday, former graduate assistant coach Zeb Noland, who was added to the South Carolina roster just a couple of weeks ago, was named Saturday's starting quarterback. Now, it's basically like a Disney movie playing out right in front of our eyes, but head coach Shane Beamer isn't down with that narrative. Check out what he had to say yesterday in his weekly press conference.
It's not, I know what the narrative may be out there, so let's forget about and lose the narrative of he hasn't played a football game in 2 or 3 years, and he was walking up and down the halls like Uncle Rico, talking about what he did back in the day as a quarterback. He played quarterback a couple months ago. He's played in a college football game a hell of a lot more recently than anybody on anyone on our team.
That's all for Carolina sports. Back to you.
Thank you, Kendall. After the break, from baseball to basement battles, we've got some local events ready, so let the games begin. Stay close.
Welcome back to SGTV Nightly News. Now it's time to get into all things entertainment. All right, we may be days away from opening week of Carolina football, but the fun won't stop there because Gamecock Entertainment is hosting Night at the Fireflies coming up this week. All students are invited to come out to Segra Park to enjoy night with Columbia's home team, the Fireflies. Admission will be free for all students, and shuttles will be running from the Horseshoe to the stadium continuously beginning at 6 p.m. The event kicks off tomorrow, September 2nd, and will continue up until the 7th. Now, since I was a kid, baseball has been my absolute favorite sport, and I actually got to go to a Fireflies game this summer. There's nothing like the vibes there, honestly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm actually really looking forward. I really want to go to one. I've never been to a Fireflies game yet.
Have you been to a baseball game, though?
Yeah, I've been to Charlotte.
Okay, thank God.
Knights.
Baseball games just have unmatched energy, I just gotta say.
University 101 offers amazing opportunities for freshmen to build community and about campus during their first semester. Due to university protocol, last year, that experience simply wasn't the same for freshmen in the year 2020. Don't you worry, because Gamecock Entertainment is offering the chance for those students to reunite with their classes for a showing of Pitch Perfect on Davis Field. It's a great opportunity to reconnect with your old classmates, and it begins at 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday, September 7th. It's going to be awesome. Now, unfortunately, I actually never got to have University 101.
Really?
So yeah, so I kind of feel them where they didn't get to have their whole freshman experience because I didn't get to.
Yeah, but I know USC is actually ranked the #1 first-year student experience in all college campuses, and it's because of this program. So it's really just an amazing opportunity. Plus, I'm full-on willing to admit that Pitch Perfect is an immaculate film.
No, it's so good.
There's nothing
really
like the riff off. If that comes on, like when I'm with my friends, you better believe it's going to be a good time.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry.
No.
All right, calling all USC gamers. If you think you're ready to put your skills to the test, Gamecock Entertainment will be hosting Battle in the Basement, an esports event for all to join in on. The event will be hosted in the Russell House Underground, and all are welcome. If this sounds up your street, this month's featured game is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The event will be hosted this Friday, September 3rd from 7 to 10 p.m. I gotta love a little bit of Smash. That game is unmatched for me. I love it so much.
No, I love all the Wii games. I actually wanted to bring my Wii from my house to my apartment here, and my parents said no.
I've had the same Wii since I was 8 years old, and it's currently in my house here.
Wait, I love that.
If you come over to my place, if anybody comes over to my place, we're playing Wii. That's just an unsettled rule. And Smash, I've gotten a lot better at Smash than the Switch, though. I need to get a Switch.
I have a Switch. I
need to advance with the times. I love my Wii. I've been holding on to it for so long.
Yes.
I will never let go of Wii Sports, but still, I love Smash. I might have to roll up to the underground this week.
Oh yeah, definitely. So if you think your dog is the perfect pup, enter them into a contest that just began today. All owners need to do is submit a photo and a summary from your furry friend's perspective, and they could be the next big doggo. Columbia Craft Brewing and Palmetto Animal Assisted Life Services need to find a super spokes dog to represent a new beer coming soon. Bark Brew is being created to raise money for PALS. And I really want to enter my dog into that.
If I had a dog, I would. But
oh my gosh, yeah,
I just love that. Imagine your dog being the face of a beer.
That'd be
especially
so cool.
for this.
No, that'd be so awesome.
That's amazing. Honestly, if you're not submitting your dog pictures, I don't know what you're doing. But
get it together.
Really get on it. All right, coming after the break, meteorologist Bryce Glenn will let you know what to expect for this week's forecast, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to your weekly forecast. I'm meteorologist Bryce Glenn. We're going to jump right in with our weather headlines. First off, we have some storms tonight as we're getting off the effects of Hurricane Ida. Then the sun will come out tomorrow with some average weekend temperatures for this time of year in the high 80s, lower 90s. A beautiful game day ahead, but don't forget to pack your sunscreen and your water because it will be a hot one. Today in South Carolina, up in the upstate, is a bit cooler than it normally has been the past few days. 82 up in Greenville, 84 in Rock Hill, and 82 as well in Greenwood. Moving down a little bit to Florence, we were 86, 84 in Sumter, 86 in Columbia, 84 in Orangeburg, and 83 in Aiken. Along the coast, a tad warmer, 86 in Myrtle Beach, 88 in Charleston, and 90 in Hilton Head. Right now in Columbia, it is fairly reasonable out there. 84 degrees right now. It feels like 90 with that heat index going on. We have a wind from the west at 8 miles per hour. Fairly humid out there at 67%. We have a few clouds floating around, but that should clear out as we move further into the evening. Local time is 7:23 p.m. and our sunset is expected to be at 7:49. For the week ahead of us tomorrow, it'll be fairly warm at 88 degrees. Same idea on Friday, clear and warm at 87. Saturday starting to warm up a little bit as we move into the game day. Sunday, 91 degrees, clear and hot. On Monday, a few clouds are going to show up at 92, and it's going to get even warmer on Tuesday at 93. We'll be right back.
And finally, tonight's edition of Carolina Canines features Toby, sent in from our very own Finn Carlin. Toby is an 11-year-old Bernese Mountain Dog and Australian Shepherd mix. He loves to sleep on beds he is not supposed to and roll around in the grass and eat cheese. All very fitting things for how Finn's described his dog to me many a time.
Toby is adorable. I'm so glad that Finn sent in pictures of Toby. I mean,
You just want to smush him. I would do anything for that. So like, Finn, you back there, we want to pet your dog, please. Now that's all we have for tonight's edition of SGTV Nightly News.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC. To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV Nightly News, I'm Will Kronsberg.
And I'm Callista Pushman. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, forever to be.